This episode of the Red Bull Rant is brought to you by the fine patrons that support us through patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. You can support us for the low price of $1 a month, and you can get exclusive content, including a monthly wrap-up for the New York Red Bulls. We want to send a special shout-out to our patrons who support us at $5 a month. That is our producer-level reward. Thank you to Jeremiah Dempster, William Martin, Clayton John, and Christopher Admack. Now, on to the show.
The Red Bull Rant is a free-flowing conversation amongst three lifelong wackos that may contain adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, my friends, show friends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Ipico.
I'm Pat McDonald.
I'm Truman, and this is episode 326. You can't fix this car, Spicoli.
Which is the easier car to fix right now, the New York Jets or the Red Bulls?
Oh, my God. Oh. The Knicks.
The Knicks, oh, jeez.
Option D. Not even C. Option D. In case you don't remember, I'm a Jets fan, so that season's already over.
Yeah, so it's the Giants season.
Can't hold a 16-point lead against the fucking Bills at home in week 1, and now Sam Darnold somehow came down with mono of all diseases.
Mono.
So good. So Red Bulls, all of my eggs is your basket. Good luck.
You're going to be very disappointed, Jay.
Yeah, well, thankfully I was only disappointed once this weekend because the Red Bulls didn't play. They were off for the international break. It helps a lot.
The good news was there was another team to disappoint everyone, so.
Exactly.
So, actually, I have it for the W. Let's talk about the U.S. first. 2 games for the U.S. during the break first, and I don't remember if these are right. These are from memory when I wrote it down. I think it was a 3-0 loss to Mexico.
Sure was.
And a 1-1 draw versus Uruguay.
Yep.
I didn't watch a single minute of either of these, so I can't talk about it.
So I guess what? Now I'm supposed to talk now?
Yeah, because I watched maybe like 5 minutes of the Mexico game.
You are the U.S., the resident U.S./betting guy, so this is your thing.
Yeah. It was, they did not look, they very much tried to do the pass out of the back possession style that Berhalter really, really, really wants this team to play, a more proactive style, and Mexico just kind of pressed them into the ground as they did that. So that was just kind of, not very inspiring. More on that in a second. And against Uruguay, without a lot of stars, they played rather competitively. Now, to be fair, Uruguay was missing a few of its stars as well. But, it still was somewhat of an encouraging, a bit more of an encouraging match. Still not what you want to see. Obviously, us fans want to see more. But, I think Berhalter, based on his overall Gold Cup performance, should probably earn a little bit of trust that when the games matter, he'll do what he has to do to win. They'll start counting with the Nations League next week, month rather, facing off against Cuba and an improving Canadian team. So we'll kind of see what happens there. Overall, I kind of, not exactly excited with what I saw at all. I'm getting impatient too. I do kind of agree with what Bobby Warshaw and kind of what Matt Doyle and MLS Soccer alluded to, and that's if we're going to get out of defend and counter, if we're going to become a more proactive team, a perennial top 15 team, you got to start somewhere. And this game against Mexico, you do not want to get pounded into the ground by Mexico of all teams, but you got to start somewhere. So that's kind of this kind of where I stand. Of course, we've seen it with the Red Bulls. Sometimes you try to institute a style, and if you just don't have the players, you can't do it. But why not try? And we do have this is one of those rare times where we do have a lot of youngsters playing roles overseas, and that's never really happened before. We've had players overseas, but not kids at the age of 18, 19, 20 years old with plenty of room to grow.
Yeah, maybe that's the whole trick here. Since you're going to play with a ton of young guys, it's not a bunch of Clint Dempseys out there, learning a new system. It's a bunch of young kids that are probably more easily moldable.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to actually listen to you as compared to the old stars would probably not. So, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you do get your ass kicked a few times in these types of games, but maybe by qualification time you're almost ready to go.
Right. And let's not forget, Tyler Adams still hurt, not on the field.
Yep.
Tim Weah also hurt, not on the field. John Brooks, I'm not sure if he's hurt or not. I feel like he is. I'm not entirely sure. So there are players who have plenty to give that are unfortunately on the sidelines at the moment.
Yeah, I got nothing to add. The only thing I can hope is that the youngsters come through. My question is why schedule against Mexico, but I think we talked about it last week with Europe and the UEFA League. There really is no other real choice for top-level talent unless you start going to South America, and they're not necessarily going to want to come to the U.S. all the time. So
right.
Kind of just stuck with what we have, so to speak, in CONCACAF.
Could have played Easter Island. I mean, come on. What are they doing?
That's true.
I mean, yeah, you could have done, but still, it's where we're at. That's the unfortunate aspect of all this. So Red Bulls, they didn't play over the weekend, but their position in the playoffs did change. They dropped from 5th to 6th in the Eastern Conference. They are now 13 points back of first place New York City FC, who I believe clinched a playoff spot at least this past weekend. They are 1 point back of fourth place. Toronto now leads that. I think they have the tiebreaker over DC. 4 points ahead of Montreal. That didn't change, which means that currently they need 50 points to make the MLS playoffs. That's assuming Montreal wins the rest of their games from here on out. And obviously that's not the number that we'll actually need it, but that's the current number. Prediction contest, just a reminder, I'm in first with 16, Truman and Pat are tied with 9. So that leads us to the game the Red Bulls have this weekend.
Are we going to discuss both games? I think we should talk both games.
Do they have both games?
Do they have a midweek game?
Of course they do. It's Pacific Northwest week.
Jesus Christ, I didn't realize that was a Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about both games.
Yeah.
So the first game is against the Seattle Sounders. They come into the game with a 13-9-7 record, 9-2-3 at home, 46 points third in the East. Last 5 games for them, loss, draw, 2 wins, and a loss. I'm going to go first with predictions. I told you guys this in our little private chat, and I'm going to say here, from here on out until the Red Bulls win, I will not be predicting a win or a draw, because they have proven that they cannot win a game. They've proven they cannot draw a game. They've proven they can do nothing but lose recently. So, especially because it's Pacific Northwest and Seattle is a decent team this year, I'm going with a 3-1 loss. I think they have enough to get at least a goal, but I don't think they can do enough to really stop Seattle, especially in their building.
I guess I'm with you. They're not going to. It's going to be a rough week. It's going to be a rough week. The real question is who survives the plane trip home. That's going to be the real question.
Well, Frank Rose is not on this team, so I think we're good on that.
Okay, all right. Listen. When you lose to Colorado at home, I'll be Colorado. That's won 3 in a row, I believe. They've played 2 games because they also played yesterday. I don't know. I don't care. They're going to lose. Obviously, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. What did you say, Jay? What was your prediction? So I can be different.
I said 3-1.
Okay, I'll say 3-0. 3-0. Red Bull stink right now. Now this is just going to be the beginning of the end for the Red Bull discussion group as it burns itself into ashes.
And let me point out, I forgot to mention, this game was supposed to be on ESPN, and it got flexed away from ESPN.
Smart.
Are you sure the discussion group isn't already in ashes? But
It could get worse.
yeah. I'm going to go the 2-0 loss. I'm going to show a little bit of faith in our defense to not let it get too out of hand. And who knows, once they get their second goal, maybe they'll take their foot off the pedal a little bit and let our anemic offense just throw itself against the wall. This team is playing poorly. They're going out to a tough venue, cross-country trip. I just do not see any good coming out of this. So I'm going 2-0 loss.
For whatever it's worth, Seattle's goal difference right now is 1. Minnesota United is in 4th place with a goal difference of 7. So I don't see them letting up. Since goal difference. Actually, no. Is it wins or goal difference is the first one? I can't remember what this league ever does.
Wins, I believe.
Okay.
But whatever.
Well, they're both tied for 13 wins. So I could see Seattle still going all out in terms of goal difference. All right. Next, the Red Bulls will travel, or not really travel, but they'll go on Wednesday to the Portland Timbers. Game is on the 18th at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so late night for us on the East Coast. That game will also be on MSG. Portland has a record of 13-11-4, 7-3-2 at home. They have a +4 goal difference, 43 points, which is good right now for 6th in the Western Conference. They are only 1 point shy of falling out because LA Galaxy is in 8th place at 42. So they're in a tough spot. Last 5, let me get the form guide because I didn't type this out originally.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're going to lose. Win, loss, win. My prediction for this one, I'm going to go, I guess, slightly better, if that's even possible. I'll say 2-1 loss because Portland's not unbeatable at home, but come on, this Red Bulls team, again, we lost to Colorado at home. Colorado team that was on the 3rd coach of the season. And you're asking players to play basically at 10:30 at night their time after playing a game at 6 o'clock their time 3 days earlier. It's not going to go well. Just 2-1 loss. I don't see this team doing well on this road trip.
Go ahead, Pat. I'll let you go, and then I'll take this one last.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to go with the loss as well. I'm going to actually agree with Jay. 2-1 loss. Main reason being I doubt they're coming home, so I imagine they're staying out on the West Coast. At least they don't have that long travel to deal with. But again, I think Portland's a better team. Timber Arena, whatever the fuck it's called, is a tough place to play, and it's just, again, and not going to go well for the Red Bulls.
I'm going to be stupidly different and just say a 1-1 draw just to be different. That's the only reason, because I want to somehow catch up to Jay. I don't think they're gonna really win or draw this game, but you already said 2-1, so I just had to say something different. Now, before we move on, I did throw a tweet out, so if you guys haven't seen it, go on to Twitter. I threw a poll out, and I just asked the fans how many points you think are coming back home with. The 4 options I gave you, because apparently you can't have more than 4. I said 6, 4, 2, or 0. I wanted to actually say minus points, like somehow they just acquire minus points, or 1. But so we just have 22 votes so far, but 50% of those people say 0. 27% said 4. 4 points.
Wow. That's a lot more confident than I would ever be in this situation. Even if the Red Bulls are doing well, I wouldn't say they would get 4 points from this kind of a trip.
Right. 18% said 6, and 5% said 2. But, I mean, half of the people who voted said 0. So go ahead, Jay. You're going to retweet that, too, so maybe we get a few more looks on it. I'm giving everyone like 2 days. I mean, we could have given it almost a week, so we got plenty of time.
All right. So, anything else about the Red Bulls, the senior team anyway?
They stink. Is Brian White, is he healthy? Probably not. Bradley's old. Aaron Long will be uninterested. And Chris Armas will make poor substitutions in the final 10 minutes. How about that? How's that for thoughts?
I mean, that's the script right there, isn't it?
Yep.
All right, New York Red Bulls 2, their last match, they lost 1-0 at Indy 11. Record right now is 16-5-6, 53 points, plus 32 goal difference, still first in the Eastern Conference for the USL Championship. Their next match is at home tomorrow, Friday, September 13th at 7 p.m. versus the Charlotte Independents. Sky Blue FC, unfortunately lost their match also 2-1 to North Carolina Courage at home. They are now 4-4-12 with a 16 points, minus 11 goal difference, still 8th in the league, so at least they're not dead last. And their next match is home versus the Chicago Red Stars on Sunday, September 15th at 5 p.m. So this has been pretty quick. I mean, because the Red Bulls didn't play, so we don't have much to bitch about.
Oh, I can't wait till next show because we're there. It's going to be like 2 games to bitch about.
So much bitching.
A lot of complaining going on.
But it's time for the dumping ground.
I'm the trash man.
That's right, they're back. The sound effects are back.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
So, anybody have anything for the dumping ground?
No.
Here's the problem. There was fucking nothing went on this weekend. What went on?
Let's care about UEFA. Was it qualifying, Nation League, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, Nations League.
Yeah, kind of boring. I mean, yeah, there was a little bit of MLS, but did any of you give a shit? I know I didn't.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, do not care. I had to look up results, honestly, because I just completely tuned it out. Easier to tune out with the NFL starting, and I got disappointed twice in one day. So that is primo. Love that. But yeah, just kind of, I don't know, very dull. At least this weekend, everything's kind of kicking back in, all the European leagues and MLS. Hopefully more shit to talk about.
Exactly.
All right. So then this brings us to Pat's betting corner.
All right. This week, here is who I am going with. I am going with the Atlanta United FC against Columbus Crew. Seattle Sounders against us. I didn't trust this at all. And Minnesota United against Real Salt Lake. That is my 3-team parlay for the week.
Nice and simple.
Yep.
Which brings us to the last segment of the show, Truman's Terrible Team of the Week.
That's terrible.
Wow.
Charles, is he okay?
That sounded terrible.
Charles is dead.
Give me another Charles. Hit me again.
Nope, apparently the soundboard just died out on me.
Yeah! All right, he's dead. So we've killed Charles Barkley.
Hold on. Yep.
Yeah, he's dead.
Out.
That's it. All right, terrible team of the week. Let's just get down to it. Cincinnati sucks. They're not a good team. And they got slapped around at home 5-1 by Toronto FC. Rough. There was a couple other runners-up I wanted to give it to, but I think that just getting your asses handed to you 5-1 in your own building is pretty rough. Galaxy losing in Colorado. Again, Colorado, you beat us apparently, and then they just start playing really well. Aside from that, nothing much going on, really. But yeah, Cincinnati's probably going to be the all-time winner this year, right? They have to be leading in this category.
They're awful.
If I was actually keeping track of it, yeah, I'd probably say they're leading the race by a margin right now.
And they don't even have. I guess they are moving into a new stadium at some point, right? In a couple years.
I think they broke ground this year.
Yeah. So they don't even have that new team, but don't worry, next year we're going to move into a new stadium thing going on. Weird. Moving into new stadiums. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I know there's one team that's just, I don't know, not moving into a new stadium.
It's never going to happen.
Planned opening for West End Stadium is March 1st, 2021. So they got a whole nother year before they get that energy.
Okay. So but they will have one.
Well, hey, maybe they'll have the real jerseys, not the authentic ones, next year.
All right, question. What happens first? Announced city, St. Louis, gets an MLS new stadium, or NYCFC find a place to play? No, okay. All right, let me put it this way. Upcoming team, St. Louis, whatever they're going to be called, okay, plays their first game in their new stadium, or NYCFC finalizes plans on a new stadium. What happens first?
So when is St. Louis supposed to join the league again? Is it next year?
Who cares? No, it's definitely not next year. It's not next year. It's going to be several years, I would assume. I'm
going to go with St. Louis getting their own stadium.
And they're playing their first game in their new stadium.
Yeah, I know. I'm agreeing with you.
I want to make sure. Okay.
Because St. Louis doesn't have anything going on right now except for baseball. So, I'm sorry, they just won the NHL. So never mind.
They don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm going with St. Louis playing in a new stadium before it's announced. I got one better for you.
Okay.
We Clone Dinosaurs, or New York City FC announces a new stadium.
I go Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jurassic Park.
Of course, Jurassic Park happens first. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, honestly.
I think Real World Fallen Kingdom happens before NYCFC get a stadium.
Well, I did read an article because of our oxygen levels. T-Rexes would be the size of chickens.
Whatever. Hey, whatever. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with chicken-sized T-Rexes. I think that'd be friggin' awesome. They'd be pets at that point. T-Rex pets.
Oh, yeah.
That's terrible.
Hey!
What's terrible?
He's back. He's back.
Chicken-sized T-Rexes are terrible? I thought we were just in agreement that would be awesome.
Well, Charles is not in agreement with us.
Yeah.
Charles thinks it's terrible.
Charles does not like chicken-sized T-Rexes.
No.
If I'm going to have a T-Rex, I want a big T-Rex. All T-Rex would be terrible.
I think we should just spend the rest of the show playing all the sound bites that we haven't had over the past, month.
To make up for it?
You want me to? I can.
Here's the problem with that sound bite. Hold on. The problem with the first soundbite is that I laugh, which means you don't hear us laughing in the soundbite. Like, play the soundbite, and I'm not going to say anything. You can hear us laugh. Go ahead, play it. But that's the problem. We already laughed. You're missing the soundbite laugh because we're already laughing over it.
I still can't believe that's me.
Phenomena.
Man, we hadn't had to bring the tech problem song out in a while.
That's like year one shit right there.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all part of Boner Academia.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Yep.
That was year one when we were going to do the actual rant of the week stuff.
Yeah. Was that we were supposed to get people to do it, and they just never really.
That was going to be us or our listeners, and that never happened.
Or the people. You let us down, the people.
We learned our lesson. Don't count on anyone else. We can't even count on ourselves, so why count on more people?
Sure.
It's fucking embarrassing!
And there's Jay's favorite.
Jay's favorite.
which might get broken out again.
If Jay could lay down that soundbite on a bed of roses and make sweet love to it, he would.
Nah, I'd take it behind the middle school and get it pregnant.
We'll get you pregnant.
Lowest common denominator.
That was after we thought Steve Cangliosi made a thinly veiled comment about our show on Seeing Red.
Let's see. What else is worth it?
Can we just spend the last 15 minutes talking about why Chris Carlin isn't on The Fan anymore?
Who? Remember, I don't live there anymore, so I can't.
Carlin left The Fan?
Yeah, he left, all right. Something happened, but he ain't there anymore.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Chris Carlin.
Yeah, I'm barely in the car from 1 to 3, so I don't switch over to The Fan that much. Because, Stephen A. Smith is just... Ugh.
Rough.
New York Post headline: Mike Francesa is the culprit behind Chris Carlin's WFAN demise.
If that's true, I would totally believe it 120%.
I already believe it.
Okay, so I remember I don't listen to WFAN anymore. Didn't Francesa retire?
Yep.
Yes.
Did he take his spot?
Yes. Carlin, Maggie Gray, and
Bart
Scott. They took his spot. Their ratings were not great. Kay was killing them. And then Francesa came back, 6 months later?
4 months later.
4 months later.
To promote his app, which apparently I've heard sucks.
He already sold it, apparently.
Yeah, to radio.com.
Yeah, because it was just a piece of shit.
So Francesa pulled a Jay Leno.
Yes, he pulled a Leno.
Exactly what happened. And bumped them down to like a 2-hour show.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 1 to 3:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad Zach's probably not listening to this show, because just so Zach knows, Francesa is trash.
He's absolute trash.
He's trash. He's trash, everyone. Just accept that he's a garbage person.
He's garbage. I honestly, I'm convinced that people listen to that show listen to it ironically.
You're the best, Mike. You're the best. Yeah, you know what you talk about.
I fucking hate you. but Mike, if you look outside, it's cloudy. No, I'm looking out right now. There's sun. Definitely sun. Mike, there's a tropical storm warning. There's no sun. Yeah, there's definitely sun. I can see sun.
So, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Goodbye.
You're an idiot. Goodbye.
Yeah, I stopped listening to Francesa even when I was living there.
Michael K. all the way, baby.
Sure.
That's how we're going to get more listeners. We're going to just trash talk Francesa, and people are going to get mad and tweet at us.
Yeah, maybe we should just turn the show. I mean, why even talk about soccer anymore? There's nothing good for American / Red Bull fans. So, and we're not going to go into Everton, Liverpool, and whoever I feel like rooting for this week. We're not going to make that show. So yeah,
we could just track Jesse Marsh to Salzburg.
And find an Austrian feed. Forget that. So,
well, do we really need to watch the games to just talk about them winning all the time?
Well, we know, he probably floats out onto the field because he is a Christ-like figure, and immediately just trounces all competition.
You're forgetting about the mirror he takes with him on the sideline.
And then, of course, I mean, I understand his advanced passing statistics are not where they need to be, but
it's a major problem. He'll probably get sacked for it.
Yeah,
just a matter of time.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else?
Nope. We wasted everyone's time. We did it, everyone.
Any of you who listen past Drop Madness, by all means, just tweet us and say, yes, I actually listened to the end of the show.
Or if you want any sound effects, just tell us what sound effects you want.
Yeah, send us, yeah.
If we're going to do a sound effects corner, just let us know and we'll just...
If you want a sound effect ringtone, let Jay know.
I'll just steal it from YouTube anyway. Actually, that's not a bad idea for a Patreon level reward, is specialized ringtones for people.
So, especially since we haven't done a monthly wrap-up in, months.
True. Although I've been kind of moving, and that's been part of the problem.
Yeah, excuses.
Well, it's true.
All right, well, here's the thing. To make up for it, Jay is going to film a music video of him dancing and singing shirtless to If You Think I'm Sexy by Rod Stewart.
Well, that's going to have to wait because the suntan has to go, or the sunburn has to go away first.
No, okay.
Yep. First day on vacation, definitely got sunburn, even though I put sunscreen on twice in a 3-hour span.
Jay went to Secrets.
Secrets.
I was close. I was close to Secrets. All right. Let's wrap this one up. You can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant, $1 a month is all you need. Exclusive content, such as our monthly wrap-up, live post-game, whatever else we decide to do. You can email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. You can call us 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/RedBullRant. On Twitter @RedBullRant. For the show, at Dr. Stooge. For myself, at PMACDA2. For Pat, at The Truman. For Truman. Subscribe to our show via iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. Last words before we get out of here.
If I could get one win on Sunday, I'll be happy. One. And I don't care which team does it. Just one win. So many teams. The Jets, the Giants, the Red Bulls.
Jets are Monday night, by the way.
Oh, Monday night. All right, well, let's just go for the whole weekend, all right?
Well,
Jets,
we're going to lose on Monday Football to the Browns, so
Mets,
don't count them.
Are the Knicks going to play a preseason game somewhere in, like, Asia? The Rutgers, I think, are off this weekend, so they can't get their doors blown off, so that's good. They can't let us down. One win, I'll be happy. One win. One.
If I can have multiple beers this weekend so I don't have to remember any of my sports, I will be happy.
Sure. I owe you some good beer, Pat.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So, by the way, preseason for the Knicks starts October, so.
Oh, good. They can't let everyone down yet.
No. All right, so for Pat, Truman, and myself, this has been episode number 326 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, go Red Bulls.
Brace for sadness.
I feel the pain.